We're here with Dr. Richard Barcellos of Reformed Baptist Academic Press. For those who aren't familiar with RBAP, for short, Reformed Baptist Academic Press, Dr. Barcellos is going to tell us a little bit about how it went from not being to being, the early days, how we even got to the point where we have a number of titles under the publishing over the past decade.
That's a good question. I had to think about that. In 2002, I think it was, a friend of mine who I'd never met before, Francisco Orozco, if you have the book, Covenant Theology from Adam to Christ, you know that one of the editors is Francisco Orozco. He's from Mexico. He's a pastor, Reformed Baptist brother, dear friend now. Wasn't at the time, but he said, you need to start a theological journal.
What did you think when he said that?
I commented back to him. I said, no, you need to start a theological journal. He said, we'll do it. I'll help you. So we looked into it. I think I might have called Mike Gadosh of Solid Ground Christian Books and got some information on a short-run printer to help us with formatting and getting the final product. And Francisco did all the journals up until a certain point. And then Francisco did this book, Cox and Owen book, in 2005. And then in 2004, we put the Reformed Baptist Manifesto together. I did the cover. It's the worst cover, sorry, that our company has. Francisco did the inside. And so that's how it started. It wasn't my idea, it was Francisco's, and it just kind of evolved into producing other kinds of books.
How smooth was the start? Did it go smooth sailing, a little bumpy?
Well, it depends on who you ask.
I'm asking
This
you.
book was a lot of work, and I'm happy to say I think this is by far our bestseller. The first 10 years that this book existed, I don't think it sold 300 copies. It sold probably over 1,500 in the last 2 years. And there's a few reasons why. 1689 Federalism videos helped out. Pascal Denol's book helped out with that. Sam Renahan's thing, lectures and writings, and Dr. James Renahan's as well. So it was not smooth. It's still not smooth, but we do what we can.
How surprised are you to be at the point that you are now, considering what you thought beforehand when you thought someone should do it, but not me?
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought, and I still think that sometimes. But the Lord's given me a good group of helpers, silent, unnamed assistants behind the scenes that help produce these things. So I'm surprised, but I firmly believed at the beginning, and I believe now, that there's a niche, there's a market niche out there. We might call it confessional Reformed Baptists, and I think that market niche is growing. I see it especially among younger men, and that's very encouraging. So surprised, but not too surprised. If people think I'm going to retire in Hawaii because of RBAP, they're thinking up the wrong tree. I've never taken a dime from RBAP. There's not many dimes to take from RBAP. We don't sell a lot of books compared to the big guys.
And yet the seeds from those early days when you weren't even sure someone like you would be involved in it has produced fruit. And looking forward into the next few years is exciting to consider.
Yeah, I think so. The Lord helping us, yes.
Very good.